Hey up, I'm Bill and welcome back to another episode of RimWorld. Let's get started, shall we? So, well, one of the things I'd like to make sure that we're doing this episode, because I can't recall if we are, which, good, we are, is that we're actually trying to train these huskies to haul. Very important thing, it's going to be very useful having other people who can haul for us. So also I'm just going to remember to speed the game up while we can. So they're set to be trained to be hauled. They're in the correct zones, which is really good to see. Yorkshire Terrier is still sitting around with horrific frostbite injuries. Soon we'll be able to put it out of its misery, hopefully. And once again, there is gentle snow, so that's eventually going to cover up this area over here. And we do need to... oh wow. Arctic fox, dead. Well, this Timberwolf, yep, is certainly doing a bit of damage to our local fauna. Yes. Okay, well, I'll forbid that because that's going to be some nice leather and also extra meat for us to use. So I can't complain there. And why did that... who dropped that sandstone chunk there? Come on, guys. We need to get someone else to pick it up and to get it out of the way. But no, I think, yeah, one big old stockpile seems to work relatively well, and then eventually, or probably not, I don't think we'll ever actually fill up this stockpile zone with enough pemmican, because we're missing at the time, or at this moment in time, what is it? Well, it looks like just plant-based material. Now, I don't think we can harvest any berries, given that it is currently winter. I will just go ahead with the tool just to see if there is anything. Okay, maybe we might get a bit more pemmican. Yeah, well, that's in the middle of nowhere. That has a few berries, that's nice to see. Okay, that's a lot, that's very far to walk, and probably going to be a bit of a pain given how, thick some of the snow is. What is it? Thick snow, walk speed at 52%. Yeah, that's probably not a great idea, but oh well, we'll let it be. It's not the end of the world. So let's say that's 3 pemmican there, and what about cooked meals? Okay, that's not getting done. Let's double check what's in the listing. Well, they can't make a pemmican forever, given that they have no berries. But they can cook simple meals. Now, why isn't that happening? And I'm also going to push it up to 20. Remember, it is, since it is winter, everything is pretty much frozen, so I don't have to worry about meals spoiling, which I don't suspect would be the case anyhow. Point being, what's up with the cooking? So, Trosma, you are our full-time cook, so what's going on? So whereabouts are you? You're still sleeping. How's your health? Yeah, minor heart blockage. It's not the end of the world. And what are you doing? Oh, you're consuming berries. Rather than consuming berries, why don't you haul the berries? I like that idea a lot better. You know, it's things like that which kind of annoy me. Like, you've gone out this far, you could probably just haul the berries in afterwards, because that's something that you won't do. And I think you just ate it there anyhow. Which is a bit of a shame. I would have rather you cooked with it. Hey, actually, where did we get the potatoes from? Oh, I lied. We actually have 43 potatoes left. We'll start cooking and work on it. You know, the idea of roofing this area seems very valid now with how fast this snow seems to be covering the ground. Yeah, it's very tempting. Okay, well, let's just see how our items are going. So our beaver skin parka is coming along quite nicely. Eventually someone will get around to wearing it. I think most of these pieces of clothing are, yeah, very poor quality. And most of these colonists have chosen the best clothes to wear as it is. So, yep, 45% chance. And we're already at 3 of 8. We're really getting there. It's turning out quite well. Very glad about that. I think it is also time to do probably a little bit more mining. Now, let's see. Can't remember if this point was too far away from the edge of the roof. Because what I was thinking of doing was extending this just a little bit further down to give us a bit of extra storage space. I know that is a very high, or that is trying to encourage the bugs a bit too much. I still think it'd be worth having. Okay, how about we work on that in a second, and I'll forget about it in a second, of course, but I just realised is that our growing zones. So we have actually set up, we've got, what's that, two fields of hops, one for corn, one for smoked leaf, and the other one for potatoes, because the other field here was, well, covered over by our extended storage area. So what we'll be doing, I think, I'm very sure we'll do this, is maybe see if we can get a few other types of plants growing. So I think I might do, yeah, keep it in line. I wonder, can I extend this zone? Oh, just made a new zone. Still annoys me. Okay, try it again. So this zone here, I think, not potatoes this time, but I wouldn't mind going hill root, because I don't think we have any of that around. And hill root always takes forever anyhow. So better that we have a big crop than a small crop. Hopefully we have someone with enough skill. Then the next thing we'll work on, next field. What's that, 11 by 7 again? Feels a little off. It is, okay, well, let me just shrink this zone by 1, there we go. So, and then the other thing we could work on is, I don't think we need trees, there's plenty of trees outside for us to use. Other cycloid plant, we've got hill root, devil strand might be another possibility, cotton, haygrass might be something for animals, though I haven't made my mind up about that yet. Ooh, cycloid plant, or no, I think we're going to use something a little bit more useful for us right now, which is we're going to be devil strand, and it seems like we have someone with enough skill anyhow. I mean, we have enough leather to use for clothing, but devil strand will give us better quality clothing. I don't know if it extends how long it lasts for. I want to say it does, but who knows. Anyhow, how's our research going anyhow? Because we have 2 people in theory 2 people researching. Yep, Val and Trado. So that definitely speeds up our research quite a lot, which is really nice to see. Really happy about that. And I'm very tempted to get a 3rd person onto researching, just so we can accelerate this process. Because we certainly have enough people in this colony to do so. Well, we'll have to see how that goes in the morning. You know, I've been watching Food this morning clean all these paths, and I must admit, that is a fairly large amount of time wasted. I think Catherine was certainly right on this point. Despite my desire for it to be sort of open and very airy, despite being narrow corridors and whatnot, I think putting a roof over this zone would be a good thing to do, so we're going to do that. So let's expand that all the way over to here, and that should be enough. Yeah, there we go. Now we don't have to worry so much about the snow, so let's clear the snow zone. Awesome. That saves us a little bit of work. I think I might just mark that area to be cleaned, because I don't think anyone's going to get around to cleaning it. But yeah, so it's still open to the elements, sort of. So you get breezeways that run through the entire facility. Okay, well, let's just see. So when it comes to our research, let's get down to the menu. Yeah, we are on 1 time speed. Still takes a fairly long time. Just wondering, because I think I will be building an official room for researching. So I think I might put 3 or 4 tables in, and then when people are idle, they can get around to working on these tables and helping accelerate our research dramatically. Yeah, I like that idea. And also a medical ward, of course. That's another thing we need to work on. How about we start working out where we can place a medical ward? Now, just inside the safe zone, there isn't much space. The block storage, of course, there is. How about if we place it... Let's get the planning tool out again. Oh, my lovely planning tool. Let's see. This zone is... Oops. Well, let's pause and work out what we're going to do there. So, what was that? That was 5 by 5. Let's make another 5 by 5 room... And a 4 by 5, I'm guessing. Yep, 4 by 5. Awesome, and then I think we're going to go on to our room. So, of course, there's going to be a wall. Probably better that I mark the walls than the internal edge. And, okay, thank you. Clear that. And mark the outside walls. Again, for this one. So I just want to make sure that there's enough spare bedrooms, and we can turn these ones into like a medical ward of sorts. I think that's going to be the best option for these. So something like this, and the pathway continues down. And then, what's this? This is a 2 by 3, correct? Interestingly enough, must be a 2 by 3. Can we see the menu? No, well, we know it's a 2x3, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to work with this. Now, I don't want to leave too much space, so I don't want it too close to the edge, because it could be a point of vulnerability into a base if we get sappers? Yeah, sappers at a later point in time. So I'm thinking 2x3, that's at 2 space by the door, 2x3, then they require a seat. Okay, so we can't put a second one along here, that's what my thought was originally. So what we're going to do is I'm going to clean this off and try it again. So a 3x2 this time, a seat, a 3x2, yeah, that actually works. And then we make sure that the outer wall is all going to be a one walkway just along here. Yep, and I think then we can just duplicate this pattern again. That gives us a space of 4 tables, or just a little over 4 when I actually check it, because of the width of these two are actually slightly different, which is fine. It's just going to make things a little awkward looking, so let's see. Yeah, so there's going to be 1 space and there's going to be no space. That's not the end of the world. That should work out fine. And then we can actually repeat that pattern a little further down if we choose to, or extend the outer stockpile, I think. Yeah, and that puts us very close to the outside wall, so we might just want to brick this one up as well. But we'll do that at a later point. So where's this Arctic wolf that we've been hearing a little bit about? Kanga. Ooh, that's not great. So Arctic wolf, and you're hunting Kanga. Right. Well, we can't have this, can we? So your right foot has been destroyed, which means you walk a lot slower. Blood, so you get a scratch, which is 21 out of 30. So that's not great. And what have you got? You got a pillar. Going to recruit. You're going to attack the Arctic dog. And I'm going to grab everyone and see if we can get them to attack the Arctic dog without getting Kanga killed in the process, which is an awful possibility, unfortunately. So let's try it again. Who else? And Trader, you're very close, and you have a melee weapon. Hopefully you can get in. And Kanga, you can hold out for me. Please hold out. And let's see it go. Oh, taking a few extra injuries there. A couple of bites, a couple of scratches. I think the other guys are completely fine. It's just Kanga still being attacked. And the dog is down. Awesome. Unrecruit you guys. There we go. Make sure you're unrecruited. And then someone get around to hunting the dog. And not rescuing it, preferably. And whereabouts are you going? You're going to the medical ward. That is fine by me. Okay, Falcon, your job will be to kill the Arctic dog to death, and that is another pelt and a bunch of meat for us to use. So we're certainly not short of meat this time around, which is really nice. And there we go, it's gone. So let's haul the Arctic wolf and be done with it. So that's an Arctic fox and an Arctic wolf. Was it the Arctic wolf which killed Death, our cat? No, by the looks of it, it was. Huh. Maybe I should have got rid of it. No, it was a timber wolf. It was an Arctic wolf. Right. Well, it wouldn't have mattered either way then. Okay, well, we're going to continue this, and I'm actually going to mark out these zones to be mined out right now. So I'll see you guys in just a sec. And voila, the plans are done. So this is the area that we'll end up using for our colon seeds treatment. Right. You haven't been treated yet. What's going on? Okay, get you back in bed and I'll force someone to treat you. Probably Falcon by the looks of it. And you're in bed. Awesome. And you won't do doctoring because, right, Falcon can't doctor. Or I haven't set to doctor. Now, okay, I'll try you then. You're not assigned to doctoring. Who is assigned to doctoring? Got 2 people. Kanga. Okay, that probably explains why I can't find someone by selecting him. And Trosma. You're going to consume buffalo meat. I'd rather you treat Kanga first. I think Kanga would much appreciate it. Good thing is we won't lose any body parts. Though I wonder if we get any, what do you call them? And what are they called? They are called bite scars. That is a possibility, and I'd rather that we avoid them. But no, let's get back down to this. So, as I had said before, we have marked this area to be mined out, so that gives us another 2 bedrooms, which of course I don't think we'll need, and also our research room, our official research room, filled with 4 tables, and yeah, just so we can accelerate everything that we do in this colony. I think that should work well. Yep, awesome. Kanga, what do you... Oh, okay, fair enough. That was a snowman. I was wondering why you were standing there sort of doing nothing. But no, I'm fine with that. Absolutely fine. But I think so far in this colony, one of the biggest hold-ups is, well, the fact that it's winter. And so let's see what's the bill like. Okay, the bill for stone blocks is fine, but it's actually research, I think, because it's sort of somewhat limiting what we can build. And of course, when we start to build more complex machines, the game starts to send harder AI, which is something that we're waiting for currently right now. Though I am kind of surprised to some extent that, excuse me, mouse, that they haven't tried breaking through the wooden walls. I mean, they've tried to beat them down a few times, but not much. And I'm also going to turn up the blocks to about 1,000. I'm very sure we can use all of them. And finally, a raid. It's not a episode of RimWorld without a raid. So, who are they? Senra Lax Tokos. They have arrived nearby. They will prepare for a while, then attack. So they're going to prepare, which is really fine with me. And it's, what's that? A few more than I expected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's 8 people. Okay, 8. Now, I don't think we'll have any issues. Most of our defences are up and set to you, which they are. Though it might be nice to extend it by maybe 1 or 2. Get an extra couple of traps in. Now, I'll mark it to be built. Whether or not people get around to building it in time is another question all again. So, security and get some deadfall traps made of... Actually, is plus still any good? We don't have enough. But in terms of damage, it's 72% with 80% spring chance versus a steel of, what's that, of 60 and 80. So yeah, plus steel would be better if we had it. 72 versus the 60. But no, steel is a lot easier in our colony to get our hands on, so that's what we're going to stick with. So I'll see if we can extend up to that way, and I might actually force people to work on that now. I'll let you refuel the lamp though, because they're still safe for the time being because they're not planning to attack. Okay, can we get up here and work on the deadfall traps? That would be nice, thank you. Also restricting people to within the home area, just so they don't go wandering too far, which would be a bit of a disaster if they decided to start a raid. And what are people doing? They're starting to work. Oh, and a combat supplier. I might be able to attempt a trader's defense if they decide to come within our colony, which I don't think they will, but I think it's fine just to ignore them for the time being. The raid's the more important thing, and they're actually attacking now. I wonder, Sparkles, can you build that wooden wall? And this one? And also that one. How about this one? Build the wooden wall. Yep, and then... Okay, someone's working on that trap. Awesome, and we've got electricity. Wow, look at the timing. I'm going to open research, pause it, and take a look at what we can do now. Well, too easy. Air conditioning. It's going to be really useful to freeze and heat things up, especially in our colony, our sun colony in the frozen wastelands. So this is going to take absolutely forever, so I'm going to start it now, and we'll be able to deal with it in sometime soon. So whereabouts are our raiders? Oh, they're that close already? Well, I can't have that, can we? So let's grab everyone, and who wasn't I going to grab? No, I was going to grab everyone, recruit them, and hopefully they all have weapons, and I'll start setting people up to their correct location. So Val can go over here. Val, I want to make sure you stay safe. Trader, you are melee, so on the outside. You have a bow. Why do you have a bow? We have better weapons than that in this colony, don't we? We should. Can I spot it though? That's the next question. Nope, you're going to stick with your bow, because I can't see anything better. Well, that's a bit of a shame. Okay, well, knowing that, I might just put Sparkles just over here for the time being. I'll work out the right location for them. Chosma, a knife, well, too easy. On the outside again. Who else? Kanga. Yep, Pillar. Let's drop you here. I think we're missing one last person, which is Fu with a pistol. Actually, no, Kanga. You mind standing there, and then Fu can go here. See how this turns out. Of course, where is it? Okay. So you're attacking that wooden wall. I wonder if we can encourage you to come out a little. Sparkles, can you walk fast? You can. Let's get you out top and see if that's a little bit of encouragement. Unfortunately, I can't hide behind this wall. How about if I just get you to go here? No, here. Just so you can get out of the way fast. And fire. Yep, hopefully that's a bit of encouragement. I'd really love it if... what's their name? Locust? Yes, oh sorry, it's down here as well. It stops attacking this wooden wall. I mean, I could repair it, but will I? That's a whole other question. Sparkles, let you fire off once more. And we'll get you back down and see how this turns out. So hopefully they will run in, and hopefully this guy doesn't break through the wall in time, but the looks of it, they will, which is a shame, honestly. So let's see how this goes. Make sure it's on 1 speed, make sure it's not too fast, and start firing away. And yeah. Wow, that guy certainly took a few hits, and quite a few traps as well. But most people are... What's that? This 1 death currently? None of our colonists have been hit, so we won't have to worry about that. Though Freckles has been hit by a great bow. Unfortunately, we can't tell them to go and stay in their pet area since they are bonded. I do believe they're bonded. Yeah, or they have a master. And actually, no, I was right. Freckles does have a bond with Falcon. So Falcon's none too happy about that. But, oh, what? Oh, come on. You lost your left arm. What are we going to do with you, Falcon? Okay, well, knowing that, these bolts are a little more dangerous than I kind of expected. So, let's see, Falcon. I'll let you get a few more hits off. Actually, how about I'm going to make sure unrecruit Falcon, get them into bed, and then who can doctor? Trosma. Whereabouts are you? Okay, you're a melee. Now I want to keep the both melees around because I want to try and encourage them to come in. Actually, sorry, wait a second. Trado, you can attack the scout and also you can attack the scout. That'll work fine. Okay, ignore what I said just then. Ignore what I said before then. So where was I going with this? So the other doctor was Kanga. So Kanga, I'm going to unrecruit you. It's unfortunate that you have a nice weapon to use. And hopefully we can get you to treat Falcon and maybe even the dog. I did unrecruit you, yes? Yes, okay, there you go. And we'll send Fu behind cover, and Sparkles I think we might just place in the centre. Oh, no, Val just got hit. I wanted to avoid that, really. Okay, Val, it's time to run away and unrecruit. Maybe, I guess you can rest in the same bed. And Sparkles, you get to hide behind cover now, and that should help out quite a lot. Yep, and these traders are yet to actually attack these guys. They must be friends of some sort. I wonder if we can see relations. Whereabouts is it? Factions. So these traders that are coming in are from Acrobat's Tree. So Acrobat's Tree on the listing is whereabouts? Acrobat's Tree at the top. So they are the enemy of the grey crossbows, the enemy of the sledgehammer locusts. Now these guys are Senra Lax Tokos, so they're not currently enemies of it, hence the reason why they're not attacking. Now they will attack him if they get shot, which is what I'm hoping for. Unfortunately it's probably not likely. Okay, well that's a little unfortunate, so we'll just see how this rest of this turns out. So have you been hit? You have been hit in the head with a crossbow. Very impressive. Hopefully that wasn't through your brain, which it wasn't, so even better. And Fu, of course, is perfectly safe. So let's see, Val, you're about to get into bed, so let's grab Kanga and get Kanga to start treating Falcon, who lost their arm from a great bow of all things. Oh, and Prancer just got hit. Prancer, somewhat perfect for this season of year. Christmas is almost upon us. Is it? That's still a while away, but the shops don't realise that at times. And yeah, the dog just got hit again. I think it may be worth to move Sparkles out of here, because wasn't Prancer Sparkles' master? No, it was Fu's master. Oh. Okay, I'm going to unrecruit both of you and just see what happens now. Just see if I can encourage them to come down. Or just do that. Yeah, that's fine. No issues with that. And yeah, Locust was dealt by with Trosma. So a couple of bruises, a couple of injuries, nothing too much to worry about, which is really awesome to see. So let's mark all the bodies to be stripped and dealt with. Auto rearm as well. It seems like I haven't enabled that yet. Have I marked you to be stripped? Can I click on you? Yeah, you have been. I think that is pretty much it. Awesome. Oh, and there is one person down here. Now, they are missing a right arm. I wonder, when it comes to medical operations... Oh, I can't check. Okay, let's check on one of our colonists. I'm just wondering, you can't amputate an arm and, swap it with another person, can you? No, you can't. Okay. So, who is this person, and do we want you? So, you are a prosperphile? Yep, prosperphile. You are generally good all round. I want to keep you. Though you are, what is it? You are tribal, so that shouldn't be too difficult to even recruit. Yeah, okay, that sounds really awesome. So, Fu, how bad is your health? You're fine. Time to capture Legu, the warrior, and see what we can do with them. So, just out of curiosity, what was their characteristics again? Okay, fast walker and prosperphile, which is really good. Don't have any issues there. And oops, there was one other body that I missed. There we are. That's all fixed up now. Another thing as well is that given that we are slowly building up our stockpile of sandstone and other types of blocks, because I recognise sandstone there. Yep. Eventually we'll be able to place this wooden wall, which is kind of bad for security, and actually do something good with it. And oops, I'll recruit you two. Sorry about that. Should have done that a little earlier. Let's see, Trosma, can you patch up, yeah, Legu? So, how difficult are you to recruit? 56%, that's really good. I think you get proper medicine, and chat and recruit for sure. That's another person in our colony. Missing an arm, which does affect things, but, get a bionic arm, and that should really help out. Well, that didn't go too badly. So one of the last things I think we'll do this episode is get sandstone blocks and just patch up these holes. I think that's the simplest and easy thing to do for the time being. Part of me does want to expand it out a little bit further, these walls, and then sort of remove the inner edge. I think we can work that out in another episode. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have anything to say, feel free to leave it in the comments below. So, as I've said in the past and will say in the future, I'll see you around sometime.